Oh my god, I've been muted the entire time. Thank you, Dusty. Oh my god. Dude, oh my god, I've been live for almost 10 minutes and I've been muted like the entire time. Oh my god. Alright. Oh god. Okay. Let's see. We really just kind of need to... I have an idea for what I kind of want to put up here, like a... Okay, well that doesn't really look good because it's a background, but... It can look good, you know, we had a little antenna thing. I feel like that works. L muted? Okay, Ryan. What really shows up in the chat, just say that. Alright, no, I feel like, you know, the robot idea, I feel like this works. It's just like, I don't know, the artwork needs to be like pretty simple, but still look good, you know? I don't think this looks good, Job Simulator. Oh my god. No, I think this looks bad, but it's not the worst thing I've ever created. I will say though, this does not look like, it definitely doesn't seem very good. I'm wondering if 16, or not 16 by 16, 32 by 32 would work better. I think that's probably, so what is the sprite for? Basically, it's going to be a tower defense game, but you control the enemies. Because the last idea I had that wasn't going to work well. I spent ages trying to get like a movement system going and it just was not happening. Portal 3 was going to come out before I finished that, and that would be really sad. I couldn't allow it. So, yeah. Yeah, here, let me... It's not very good, but let me see if I can, like, show my, notes thing for everything. So, you know, here's, like, the, so you tower defense, so you control the enemies, and so, like, you know, you have, like, 10 of them at a time, right? What software is this? This is a Libre sprite. The note software with the idea is Obsidian. It's like a note-taking thing. You know, we kind of started with the theme and everything. That isn't going to work anymore because the game idea kind of sucks. You know, we started out with the theme, roles reversed, and then kind of started to branch out. And now, here we are. I talked over the idea with friends for a while, ironed it out, because I didn't need another idea like earlier. That was just not going to work. Yeah, and so, you know, you have like 10 robots following you around on your cursor. Click, and then they pathfind. Or just more so like head towards turrets and they destroy it. And then they use the materials from those turrets to make more robots that you use to fight. Eventually I kind of ironed out the whole idea and landed on what if it's like a thing where you take, you know, one big like boss turret and then there's a bunch of tiny ones that heal it. Think something kind of like an Ender Dragon fight from Minecraft. A very loose idea, but I think it could work. You just have to kind of play it smart. I have to make it well, but it can work. What I'm kind of thinking here is, you know, maybe there's like, I feel like the wheel, given that it's 32 by 32, it should be more detailed. So we might take on like a different perspective for this bit. So there's like 2 out this way. And then maybe try and like, you know, put something together like this. This can act as somewhat of a wheel, and then, you know, fill it in, add some polish to it, and call it a day. Oh, that's not what I wanted. But yeah, the whole thing, it's not gonna be easy, especially because we are almost 12 hours in now. We're like 11 and a half in almost. Time-wise, I'm doing terribly. But idea-wise, I think there's, you know, a good idea. It just needs to be executed correctly. So kind of what I'm thinking is, you know, take this, and then, you know, we make a small little robot. It's the U thing to do that, and then you just kind of fill it in. Obviously, you know, we kind of have to add, you know, some more shape to it. Of course. But, you know, the general concept is here. It just needs to be executed correctly. And assuming that's done, then this can be a decent game. Granted, it just needs to be done right. That's not saturated enough. What we might do is take grayscale, make it a little more noticeable against this background. I don't know if it's just messed up, but I can't see the pixel art. Oh wait, I didn't switch it over to Libre Sprite. Okay, I don't think this is the best ever, but it works for now. You know, we can definitely make it look better later, but that's not top priority right now, at least. At best, it looks fine. But I think, you know, this is okay. It's really not, but it kind of, I don't know. I don't think it's the worst, but it could be better. It just needs to actually have some things added to it. Let me add something on the wheel. The wheel feels bland. That's my problem with it. Like, the wheel, it feels really, really plain right now. Like, that's kind of, I don't know if that helps. That looks cool. Thank you. What if the light gray is like a lighting thing? So, you know, you kind of have, I feel like lighting doesn't really make sense for what the levels kind of be like, but I don't know. I think another thing could be like, here's like, this is a color that we can use, and then we have like a slightly darker one that can kind of act as like a very subtle line effect over the normal character. I don't think that works really well, but let's see. That looks, oh, no, I don't really like it. We need something here. That's kind of one thing, is like something there is kind of required. This looks okay. I feel like the arms are a little thick, I think, maybe. I mean, no, that looks wrong. That just doesn't look right, like, at all. maybe a little better. I guess that's fine. And then, like, is there a select tool? There's gotta be. Rectangular marquee tool, that should be it. And then we copy, paste, and then we do the, you know, the funny little flip, if we can do it. Can we? Wait. That does not work. Okay, we're just gonna do it like this. Okay, so like a 3x3 on here, and then after that it's like a 2x2, and then another little edge thing, another thing under that, and then like that looks fine, except I do think it should go up. On those two. I think that works fine. There should be something here. Maybe like a, a little screen here, and then it's filled with something, and then a slightly darker color can act as that little line thing. I think that kind of worked earlier. Or, better yet, maybe like some, you know, lines of some kind. Maybe, I don't know. I don't feel like it looks that good, but it's simple enough to where I think it could work. I don't know. It could, but no real guarantee. Hold on, chat. Alright, not gonna go. I think this is good enough. Yeah, maybe we'll have like a, should we add another frame, chat? I feel like this might work. But how do we close out this window? How do we... Okay, seeing these kind of lower it a little. Here, let's see if we can push out the wheel a little. Maybe? It's like, you know, we have the thing there, the rectangular marquee here. That probably doesn't look right. Wait, was that on the first frame? That might have been on the first frame. Hold up. Wait, so first frame, show preview. Well, I think it works. It doesn't look the best. We can definitely slow it down in Godot, but see, my problem is that the first frame is here. Wait, is there a way to like change which frame comes first. If not, there's a way we can do it in Godot. It'll look a little scuffed, but we can do it in there. Optionally, we can just kind of do this. Okay. Just take this entire thing, Control X, you know, delete this first frame, add a new frame, you know, delete everything, paste it back in, preview. Is that gonna work still? So does this software automatically turn your animation into a sprite sheet? You can export as a sprite sheet. Okay, so that works. It's like what I was using before, but a little better. Because it's like an actual software. And you can just export it as a sprite sheet. You know, it's like your output file, you know, we'll put it as like robot, all frames. Alright. And now that's in there. And now animation, new sprite frames. We are going to take this, assets, robot, vertical needs to be 1. This should be good. Wait, oh, nope. Horizontal needs to be 2. Everything looks really blurry. Wait, that might be in the project settings. Render linear, I think it needs to be a nearest. That looks better. Alright, playing it, it looks alright. It's not perfect. So what we will do is we will not Control D that, but we will take this sprite and copy and paste it several times. That's not what we wanted. Here. It's like here. That's good. Okay. There's a decent speed, and now we will close that down. Save it, but then we're also just going to immediately add a collision shape. Because we kind of need one. This is so it can like actually interact with things. I'm thinking that's good for that. And then after that, what about character body? Yeah, we should make this a character body. Unless we can't change the type. We can change the type. Character body 2D. And then aggro range. We need to add a child node consisting of collision, shape 2D, and then that should be like a circle, and it should be considerably larger. Because in, you know, the 1080p project, this is pretty good. Next up, so the robot, it's not really done. We need to add in some other things before we even get into that. And that includes the artwork. Like a lot of the other artwork. So what I'm thinking is you know, we go in like this. Just add in that. Here we're gonna block out, you know, the very basic shape of everything. With the kind of logic of this can just kind of be erased later, because it really can, you know, I mean, there we go. You know, I'll probably add in some color and things in a minute. So, you know, we kind of have that gray bit to it, and then there's a thing of gray. What I'm thinking is it's like a brick thing here. That should be fine. And then we add like a layer-esque thing here. Let's see. That looks like it should be good. I feel like this is decent artwork for a tower. Now we'll just quickly do the same thing for this. Except it'll look a little different because of the width of this. You know, you can kind of, it'll look a little different. I mean, no, I feel like it's a fine thing to just have as a normal edge. We have the cannon. I know I want a cannon here. Just kind of need to figure out how to add it in. So here, we'll actually make these little support things wood. I think that could be pretty cool. And you know, gonna have like a this doesn't look the best, but it kinda, it works, and then we'll also flip it around too. That really doesn't work. Okay, wait, we need the top of it. Yeah, we might have to lower this by a few pixels. The tower, that is. Here. Let's take the marquee tool. I'm gonna highlight this, drop it down a couple of pixels, and that's it. Alright, stretch. So I think for this, we should have like a, maybe some sort of huge CRT-esque like TV screen, you know? So here, let's like do the ellipse thing, or not the ellipse thing, but the, wait, yeah, I can think. So, you know, we kind of have this, right? We get a little, not that, We get like a... I want to lower this a few more pixels actually. That, or we do, you know, the full tower and then we just have, we add in the other things like separately. Here, so yeah, that'll actually be easier. Because then we can add, you know, little bits of banner artwork and stuff, and it'll still look nice. So, you know, let's add like a, maybe a little crown thing. I don't even know what that's supposed to be, but, you know, we kind of, we have it there. You know, we'll have another thing here that can kind of act as one. You know, we'll have a little red engraving. Actually, yeah, we'll have it red, and then we'll add like a little maybe orange thing. Like a, let's just say it's like a fire, you know. I don't know. So we just kind of have tiny little bits, and then, you know, we might, yeah, we'll raise up the tower a little more. Because we're gonna have, we want to have a decent sized tower. We'll maybe, you know, stretch out the base a little more. Like, you know, nice tower, thank you, Ryan. Working on kind of trying to iron out the rest of it. I think this is a decent enough base for it. We'll maybe add a little door at the bottom. So like, maybe that can kind of, oh god. Yeah, there we go, and then we will have tower, or rather, yeah, just tower. It's simple, it'll work. Maybe we didn't export that correctly. Hold up. Open file manager. That needs to go in my sprite files. Just not realizing I did not export that correctly. Desktop, it needs to go into my Libre sprite files. Here, wait. There we go. Better be PC Man FM, dude. It is. Do not worry. I would not worry about it. Alright. You know, Luke would probably... File not found. Oh wait, it's in a different location. Here, wait, open file. No, not robot.png. No. Wait. Open file. Desktop. Libre sprite files. Tower.asprite. Okay. Does this look like a tower to you? That oh god. Hold on. Wait, this is not panning out how I planned. Why did Godot crash for some reason? Hold up. Why did Godot crash? Wait. I'm gonna file manager. Yeah, I need to get that back into here. Tower.isprite. I don't need that in here. Like, that's not the right thing to have in here. Oh my goodness. That, what? Tower.isprite. Okay, open file. It'll be under assets, tower. Okay, okay, we have it. Chat, I will be right back. Wait, chat. Chat, be right back. Ryan, don't burn the place down. Are you free to run out? What? Rowan. I did not need Rowan coming into the stream right now. Rowan, it is not as bad as it may seem, I swear. Okay. I swear, Rowan. I know. Okay. Okay. I'll be right back. Just don't run the place down. Alright, I'm back. Let's catch up with chat. I'm not just saying it's a later time for you to stream. Yeah, it definitely is, but I kind of gotta catch back up. You know, I got things to figure out, you know. Here, wait. No, I don't need to save it. I just need to export it. Export sprite sheet. It'll be select file robot.png. No. Here, it'll be tower. And then what we're also gonna do is, first of all, go into the assets folder, and get rid of the tower a sprite file right now. So we kind of have the tower now. I'm thinking we try and get the other little things going. So, you know, for example, right, there's what I'm thinking for the main big boss tower. Did my stream just crash, chat? Are you for real right now? Wait. No, okay. We're good. My thing was just falling behind. Alright. So what I'm kind of thinking is we take... That's kind of a better color. I think, yeah, that's probably the best one. So we go in... You know, so we'll have it so it's like... Something like that, you know. We'll have room for little, you know, dials and stuff at the bottom. It'll look neat. Hold on, so... Alright. CE, hi. Hello. How are you? Okay, wait, so, you know, we're kind of gonna... Psych runner 1, 2, 3. We got the next bit. Kind of take the brush tool for this one. I think this kind of works as a villain. Hi. How are you doing, man? I think this kind of works as a main boss. You know, he's a little TV screen. We can maybe add like a some dials and things on the bottom here. Let me look up a... No, not even. No, it's that little buttons. Buttons work. Those are cool. You know, I feel like those kind of work well. What is the game about? So basically, it's... So the theme for the jam, if you are somehow not aware, is it's like a roles reversed. So what I've kind of done is taken the tower defense genre. You control the enemies in this one. Or like you choose where to put them. And so, you know, there's going to be little, like, turrets that kind of, you know, they attack, but they also kind of, no, the mini turrets don't really attack. They heal the big boss who attacks you. And so you have to, like, destroy the mini turrets before you can start dealing good damage to the boss guy. And this is the boss guy right now. So we have the tower done, but we're kind of working on how to get the actual... how to get the actual, like, you know, boss artwork and stuff kind of worked out. What I'm thinking, chat, is maybe we thin it out a little, because it won't really look right if it's just kind of on the... If it fits perfectly within the tower. I feel like there should be, you know, a bit of room on the edges. Yeah, this looks nice. And then here, we'll add a couple more buttons. Yeah, this looks nice. And then, yeah, I think this is good, chat. So we have, you know, big boss man. That's what we'll call him here, chat. He's the big boss man. Let's just wait. I already saved the sprite file in there too. Why do I keep saving them in there? Why? Hold on, chat. Godot is frozen? Question mark. He's got a subscriber. Okay, it's because he's a boss. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. And thank you for subscribing, man. It helps me out a lot. Motivation 100. I appreciate you. Here. I need to export this as like a sprite sheet and then get the sprite file out of here. Here. Output file. Okay, big boss man. Yeah. Export sprite sheet. There we go. And then close that out. And after that, go into the assets folder. Get the big boss man file out of here. We're good to go. Wait. Okay. New file. 32 by 32. There we go. We should be good. Let me double check everything. I think we're good to go. So now we just need to have like the things that are on top of the towers that heal him. What I'm thinking is we maybe have like a... What should we have, Ryan? If you're still in chat, Ryan. I'm thinking maybe a power supply. It's like here. Now I'll just like Google a very quick power supply photo. Just for like a reference. Or maybe like a CPU. I feel like a CPU might also work. Because power supplies, they're just kind of boxes, you know? I think a CPU might work better, you know? Like... I feel like that might work better, but I'm not 100% sure. Like... Ryan is not here, nobody is in the chat. I see. I think Ryan had to leave. It is getting kinda late. Maybe like a... We could do like a cooling fan, maybe? That or a CPU? Okay. They're not chatting, only watching? Maybe, yeah. Have it on in the background. Here. Let's see. It makes sense if it's like a computer part. I feel like that kinda... That helps. Maybe RAM. I don't know. I don't feel like RAM would work the best. Let's see. Let's just do like a yeah, let's do a CPU. Alright, here. So let's go like the darkest gray that we can. You know, the rectangle tool will fill it. And then so then like 5 in, you know, this is our space that we can work with. Anything else will be, I'm thinking. Alrighty. I think we'll kind of lay out the pins on the side. Like, I feel like that can work well. We just kind of need to, let's say like maybe 3 to 5 pins per side. Actually, no, 3 is too few. Okay, that doesn't really work. 3, 4. Alright, that works. So then we kind of have... It's a 2-pixel center, which is a problem. Here, let's see. Can we make it any fewer? I think... let's just say, like... I don't know, because then there's that problem. Here, so, like, you know, we kind of have that. We have that, and then... No. Okay. That doesn't really work either. Here, actually, it's not the biggest deal if we have like a 4, like a 2 thing, and then we just kind of have the little bits going out at the end. And then that still doesn't really work. I mean, hold up. Yeah, that's kind of problematic. There's something like wires or something from the heating, for the healing thing to the boss man. I don't know what I'm saying, boss man. Hey, it works. There's something like wires. Yeah, that might work. That might work. I'm kind of thinking... Here, let's see. Just see, like, can we extend it out one more? I think that could work. So let's see, we got the rectangle, we're gonna try that. Let's see, so 3. I know it's too big for the thing. I mean, we could always just like erase this line. Yeah, whatever, that works. Alright, here. Alright, wait, what did I do wrong? Wait. Oh, wait. Here. Eraser, now there should be like a 1 pixel center, but that's fine. Here, let's get the marquee tool. Copy paste that over. And then we will take this, copy paste this over on the underside. Now those are kinda done, except we'll just add one more little thing to them. After that, we'll add in a couple more little details, and I think that should be good. Can you read what I said? I left the stream, yeah. So like, there's something to connect wires or something from the healing turrets to the boss man. Yeah, we could have wires connecting. I think CPUs might work. We'll kind of see how. I feel like they might work well. Although wires would definitely make it interesting. I feel like they might be a pain to connect up because can make it so it looks like it's connected to the boss man. See, the thing is, right? The turrets are kind of going to be like randomly spread out. There could, like, I guess it's a possibility that it could try and make it so like there's a line that connects between the towers and the main like boss tower. But it definitely wouldn't be easy. Yeah, that doesn't really look right. Here, so you know, we'll kind of connect these out. Yeah, the turrets are gonna kind of spawn randomly within a certain range. Like I'm gonna make a vector 2. It'll be like a random range with the vector 2 says the parameters to make it so the towers only spawn within a certain like rectangular area. Let's see, I think this looks fine. I know there's a little circle bit on CPUs sometimes. You can kind of add those in. See, Phillips is told, what did you finish so far? So we're kind of just working on artwork. I have a very basic robot scene set up. Nothing's been scripted yet, really. It's slowly but surely getting there. There's definitely a lot to be done, but it is what it is. Let's see. I'm trying to think what else to add. Like, I feel like it's pretty good. Maybe like a small bit of motherboard around it. You're doing the sprites, then the rest, yeah. The logic is like I'll have something to look at, you know, when I'm kind of getting through and working on it. This just doesn't really look right to me for some reason. I think I might... Let me see if I'm able to kind of get like a motherboard type of green in here. Maybe a little darker. That looks alright. It's like a camo green. It doesn't really look right. Alright. I feel like I'm spending too much time on this. Export sprite sheet, CPU, export. I think that's really all we need. It's now a motherboard with the green. Yeah, that's kind of why I went back on that decision. I feel like it would maybe make a little let's see. I think this is pretty much good. Maybe? I think this is fine. We're gonna save it just in case. We're kind of gonna go back and go to desktop, Libre sprite files, CPU. We're just gonna save it just in case we don't like it, we can kind of go back on it later. Libre sprite closed for some reason. It's saved though, so that's fine. Hold on. Robot.scene. I think. There we go. Okay. So now we just need to add it. Okay, so we have the robot. We need to now code in the rest of the world. What I'm thinking is we might actually need to hop back into Libre sprite. Here, so 1920 divided by, like, let's say 20. You know, that would be 96. 1080 divided by 20. 96 by 54. Reasoning for it's 96 by 54. I'm gonna start working on service distribution. It looks like what you need. Interesting. New file. I say 96. This would be 96 by 54. So this is like a heavily scaled down version of what I'm thinking for the main, like, 1920 by 1080 thing. Because we can... No, actually, this might not look that good if it's that... If it's this small. Let's just see what we can throw together, and if it looks alright, then we'll go with it. If not, well... You know, whatever. We'll just kind of see what we can do. See a little more blue. You know, we'll kind of, you know, maybe like throw in. Okay, here we have that now. I'm thinking we also kind of have maybe like a few trees, you know, off on the side. You know, it'll have like a darker few leaves. Here, does this work well? It kind of does. Alright, let's see. We're kind of gonna... I mean, this probably won't look that good. Okay, here, let's just see what we can throw together very quickly. If we can't get anything together in a short amount of time, then we might try working on like a higher resolution, because I don't think this will look absolutely astounding. We might honestly just have to pivot back and do what would be 1920 by 1080, but like divided by 10. Hold on, so 1920 divided by 10 would be like 192. 1080 divided by 10 would just be start up 108. So 92 by 108. Unless 192 by 108. Alright. Here. 182. 108. I feel like this is better, but it might not be. But we'll figure it out. Brush. You know, if we can get that going, we kind of have a somewhat of a water stream now. I mean, I don't know. I feel like this works fine. The fact I'm the only viewer. Dang! Bro's hanging in there. He's sticking around to see the process. To be fair though, I normally stream like way earlier. A lot earlier in the day. So I guarantee like a lot of the people who would normally watch are probably like asleep. If they're not asleep, they're like They're just not online right now. So we can try to make tree. I don't know if tree will look good, but we can see. We'll see what we can do to make a nice tree. I feel like, you know, we should always try and have something to make this foreground a little more interesting. Here. Here, so, and then after that we will use the eyedropper tool, pull that. Now we kind of have a thing, except I think this works. We will definitely kind of go in a little bit more with the shading though. This looks alright. We will... You know, the goal isn't to make this look, you know, absolutely impeccable, but it's really just to kind of try and make something that looks, you know, functional. It's not something that's going to make you want to cry when you look at it. Might want to check again. Oh, hello, sir. Dude's really being challenged. Alright, let's see. I think this looks nice. You know, we only have a couple trees, but I think this this kind of works. Next up, we should maybe add a few more on the other side, and then after that we will kind of get an idea. What? I'm not the only one doing. Thank you, man, for sticking around. Here, eyedropper. We're gonna kind of take the brush on this side. Oh, make another tree. This one will kind of be a little more. It'll be a little bigger. We'll have another tree kind of up over here. We'll have another little one over here. So here, let's kind of start with a technique that I like to use. So let's kind of block out the very basic shape of each like tree thing, right? You know, put in all the colors and stuff, you know, make it all look nice. And then take another color, you know, do that, repeat. So there we go. You know, we have the... That did not go according to how I initially intended. Okay. Are you doing something on screen? Oh, wait. I keep forgetting I need to switch things back and forth in OBS. I could do a screen capture, but I'd rather not. Here, what we're actually going to do real quick is, you know, color along with some shading on here too. I'd rather not do single pixel shading But I don't know. Like here, let's now grab this color. You know, we're gonna just paint along like here. And then get the eyedropper again. Do it along, also maybe along like here. Not quite. Here, let's do it along like here too. Cut off a little boundary there. Do it like that, and then a little bit over here. Because, yeah. Looks good, thank you. It's not meant to look, you know, insane. It's just kind of meant to serve a basic enough function of, yeah, you know, here's some things. I think that kind of looks good as like an ocean. Wasn't really meant to be one, but, you know, there it is. I feel like maybe I kind of want to stabilize it a little more to look... Oh god, that's not what I wanted. I kind of want to stabilize it a little more to make it look like a river. And it still kind of looks like a... Yeah, here. What can we kind of, you know, iron out to make it not look like a river? You know, what if we just like take, you know, this color, make it all that, and then after that we can kind of take like that, you know, do it a little like that. I think that works. Besides that, I think the towers, you know, do we need a river? I mean, I feel like the river takes up a lot of space that can be put towards like better uses. If we really want a river, here, if we really want one, you know, we'll kind of put it along there at the back. I was going to say to do that, yeah. It kind of just, it takes up like a lot of space if it's like that. And that, you know, towards the back is kind of where I was thinking we have the, you know, the main tower. You know what I'm thinking for the, for the part where, you know, you can start like kind of not really deploying your robots, but I think a little bit of a darker area like this kind of works to, it's not that much darker, but you know, it kind of, it needs, I feel like, to be distinguishable in some capacity. You know, there we go. You know, then we have a little bit of area. So, you know, out here is kind of going to be like, we have our, you know, our towers that you need to destroy. Just trying to rethink, how do we rethink the zone a little? I feel like that's better. So we kind of have, we have a little river in the back, which I don't feel like is too unbelievably significant. The artwork is so basic. That's kind of my main problem with it, is like, you know, there's really not much to show for the artwork side of things. Oh god, that is not what I needed, but like, you know, it doesn't really seem like there's much to have in the art. You know, you're kind of limited with, you know, dimension-wise. But I feel like this is a little different, you know, because it's like, this is going to be 1080p. But for the sake of time constraints, I feel like it might not be the best idea to put a ton of time into the artwork. Like, I've already sunk a good amount of time into this. We're over, you know, 12 hours in time-wise. We have less than 36 hours remaining. A lot of that is going to be spent, you know, sleeping, not even working on the game. Because, you know, taking breaks. It's definitely going to be a challenge. Tomorrow is really when my goal is just buckle down and just get a lot done. Like, ideally, I can implement, you know, the very basic mechanics in a solid amount of time, you know. Like, I feel like this is decent enough. I also do feel like this main green part is really plain, though. So, yeah, I'll be right back in a minute. Back chat. Alright, here. So, we should probably add something to this. I don't know what to add is the main problem. I feel like, yeah, this doesn't look right. Why is there lighting from here and then also here? Alright. So, there's lighting coming from here, but also from here. Maybe the sun, you know, from a logic perspective is like here, because, you know, then there's also the light casting down here. I feel like it can work okay. It's also just really not that good graphics-wise. I feel like the bigger pieces are not that good, but the smaller little bits like the towers are good enough. Like, I really liked how the towers turned out. My main problem is the... Hold on, so... all frames, it's gonna be in... Godot Games, GMTK Game Jam, Assets. It's gonna be... level terrain. Alright. So now we kind of have the main world place done. You know. Okay. That's good. Now I can start sharing, Godot. Alright, now we kind of have an idea of what the world needs to look like. So let's see, we can add like a sprite 2D, right? Because that'll work, you know. Level terrain. You know, we can upscale this because it's a PNG and it'll look fine. Transform. That won't work for right now. I really don't think this looks that good, but I don't know if time constraints will really allow for. I could probably make something better. I think this looks fine for right now. But when I say this is final art, I will say that loosely. Because it is very, very likely that, you know, I'll make something better, or God forbid Rowan sees this and takes action themselves, because this is an atrocity. I don't think they would want this. So, well, let's hope they don't find out. Anyway, now what we need to kind of do is tower-wise. I think towers, you know, we should get everything working first. First of all, we need to kind of make a couple more scenes. So, you know, we have our, you know, our healing tower. Save in our scenes folder, and then we'll make our big boss man tower and put him in there. Okay. So, healing tower. First things first, we need to have a, we should be fine with a sprite 2D. I will say right now, though, once we kind of have, I mean, yeah, the CPU, we should be fine with a sprite 2D, a couple actually, because we need, you know, the tower and then the CPU. And then for the actual boss tower, I'm thinking, you know, we get an animated thing. I'm definitely gonna probably like animate a, you know, actual boss thing off, not off stream. It'll likely be on, but it'll take a little bit. I mean, it can be done semi-quickly. It's definitely doable, I'll say that. Now, tower. Why is it like this? Why is this in the first frame? This makes no real sense. I don't know why this made it in. I'm really kind of confused about this, actually. Here, I'm just gonna get back into Libre Sprite and just kind of take care of that real quick. Actually, wait, let me just double check all the other assets. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. How's the game going? It's going pretty well. You know, there's something that got messed up with the tower, but that's not the end of the world. It's definitely fixable, you know, it really shouldn't take that long to fix. For some reason, the robot made it into one of the frames. I really don't know how. Yeah, he made it into there, I guess, so now I just kind of have to re-export everything, which won't... You know, that doesn't take long, thankfully. Maybe a little annoying at most, but not the end of the world, you know. Export sprite sheet, okay, it's gonna be... Where did that export to, actually? I don't imagine it was... You know, just the desktop. Well, actually, it might have been the desktop. Hold on. Do you have any game mechanics scripted yet? Not yet. What I'm kind of focusing on right now, first, like, very first things first, is getting everything kind of laid out, you know, in a rough idea of where I want everything to be. And then kind of putting it all together once that's kind of, you know, done with. You know, so for instance, we have the, I can reload the assets. It's going to take a second to update. But, yeah, we have the artwork for the most part done now. I'm definitely gonna have to animate maybe a couple more things. Godot crashed. Wonderful. Do you think it will finish in time? I'm pretty confident I can, so long as I work diligently. You know, I just kind of need to be quick about it. I just need to play it smart, and I can I'm guessing there's like a 90% chance I will, unless something goes like horribly wrong. Alright, here, so now we have the tower, we have the CPU. What we're gonna do is likely take this, you know, we shrink it down a little. I didn't factor in that we could shrink it down, but, you know, here we are. This doesn't look the best. When I say that the artwork is final, take it with a grain of salt. This is very likely not final. I think what I'm gonna do is get everything scripted up, and then if I have time, I'll go back and improve the artwork once I have all the code and things polished up. You know, what needs to happen now, though, is I need to also get a child node added. There needs to be a collision shape 2D, and then this kind of needs to have, let's say, a rectangle collision to it. We'll kind of figure out what we're doing. Yeah, I'm pretty confident I can finish in time. It's just really a matter of, you know, I think this makes sense. I mean, you know, perspective-wise, if this part's like above the ground, I think this kind of works. So then, after that, what I'm thinking is, this seems to work. You know, Character body 2D. We really should make this a character. Because, you know, the collision just won't work without it. Let's see. Same with this, because this A, this is a character, and B, this kind of needs to, you know, have it functional. So, you know, we had the big boss man. He's crazy. We love him. You know, he's the big boss man. You know, he's very cool. You know, when I say tower, you say big boss man. Like, that's just how it works here. Gotta be quiet because it's like 10:30 at night. Oh god, okay. Here, so we have, you know, Power Man done. Now, well, okay, not really. He's done with an asterisk. And bossy, indeed. Alright, here. Rectangle. We'll make his thing a little bigger because, you know, he's a boss. A bigger boss, bigger hitbox. It's kind of how it works. So, you know, let's say that the... okay, now I'm kind of trying to think about this. We won't have that entire thing. We'll have it like a good distance up. So, here, we might want to custom shape it a little more. We won't delete the node, but we will definitely alter what the shape of it is. Here, let's see if we can mess with this thing. What does this do? Wait, collision shape. Is locked down there? Like what? Hold up. You're not meant to be directed directly to collision shape 2D node. Collision polygon 2D node. Alright. I think collision polygon 2D, and then that should work. No effect on collision. An empty one. How do we make it not empty? Here. Open documentation. In the editor by or specified by list of vertices. Okay. And on the build mode. Okay. So can we like customly shape it? Because if so, that's pretty cool. Yeah, this doesn't hold up. Let's just use a rectangle. Because I feel like that works anyway, you know? If anything, a rectangle kind of works. Alright, so now we're just kind of gonna like bring it back towards the origin on this scene, because otherwise it's gonna be really annoying trying to get it to where we want it to go. You know, it's just kind of how it is. I don't know how my mouse ended up over here, but whatever. Alright. Let's just see, can we get it even more precise? I kind of want to see if we can. You know? Okay, whatever. So now we kind of have the healing tower done. done, of course, with an asterisk. Now, what I'm thinking is we kind of need to specify an area that these things can spawn in. What I'm thinking is we have them spawn from around here to here. So how do we get the position here? Add node here. So it's a node 2D. Right, so we have them spawn like, you know, as much as up here. And then we add, you know, it's like as much as, you know, down here. So now what we kind of want to do is, you know, grab the position, right? Copy value. What we need is to have an area. So here, let's make like an area 2D node. No, obviously this won't do anything without a collision shape as a child. You know. So, you know, better yet, honestly, we can probably, I mean, what I'm thinking is we have a, we need like a spawnable area, right? I'm thinking maybe that can be the area 2D, but at the same time, I really don't know. I feel like it might work. You know, but at the same time, I don't know, I feel like this could work, you know, this like spawnable area, it can kind of work. Okay, so what needs to happen is, you know, unload the towers need to spawn in within like this rectangle. What I'm thinking is we have the area 2D. You know, we kind of, actually no, we should define it in the healing towers where they spawn. I'm pretty sure. Here, let's delete that. So we have these points. Let's try dragging in the scenes at this point. So we have the big boss man tower. That's kind of important, you know. Obviously, we'll modify the size in here to make him, you know, an actual big boss man. You know. That's kind of... That's more like it, you know. We kind of just, you know, we had the big boss man tower. You know, we take this little collision shape and we make it, you know, big boss man like. We get the computer. We make him, you know, stretch. Very stretchy man. And then he stretch even more. You know, he'll look like that, you know. He's, you know, this is more what I'm thinking when I think big boss man tower. He looks like a boss. He's crazy. But yeah, you know, we have boss man. We should be good on Libra Sprite for now. I'm definitely gonna work on some things after stream tonight. You know, whenever we end. I don't know when it'll be yet, but... Actually, wait. So what I'm thinking is... We have, what we could do is limit it to 3 different spawning regions. I think that might actually work better, because, you know, this area... This is inside of that. That's my main issue with it. Yeah, we're gonna have the we're definitely gonna have the... Will you do a part 2? Definitely. Like, we're streaming, you know, a lot tomorrow. Working on this. Even if we don't finish it for the gem, I'm definitely gonna at least try and finish it. Because this is a really cool idea, I feel like. You know, it's got a lot of potential. I really just want to see how far I can take the whole thing. So what I'm thinking now is we take this, not that, Node 2D 3, the 3rd edition. We have like this little bit as a spawning region, and then after that we Control D it again to get another one, and this one can go out to like here. So that's kind of that. You know, I feel like we should... Wait, Ryan, I imagine it'll write out like... So let's say, you know, I write out these two as vector 2s to limit the spawning. I imagine it'll write out, you know, the rest of the rectangle, right? Like, I'm just kind of gonna assume that. If not, well... You know, I can come up with a plan B, but if so, good. Because I will not have to do much more. So we kind of have our points here. I would say, chat, we get started with the scripting at least. We kind of go through with some of the process of the scripting. After that, we might end off pretty soon. I say we at least get the spawning area set up. So what we're gonna do real quick is add child. No, not add a child. No. We're gonna attach a script. World.gd. Take it to the script folder. So it extends Node 2D. So first of all, what do we need when it first loads in? We need it to spawn in. Okay, that's not gonna work, of course. What do we need it like? We need it to spawn in the towers, but I feel like we can do that. We have to do that in like separate functions, I think. So. Okay, so function, spawn region 1, you know, we're going to have a point of, here, what nodes do we have to work with that can maybe make this a little easier? I feel like we might not have much, but we'll see what we can work with. Let's see. What about control? I feel like time to script, yeah. I feel like we won't need maybe a lot. We're definitely not gonna use most of these, but I think so long as we no, that's not really gonna help, but I don't know. So spawn region 1, what we need it to do is to take these 2 points and make a point, make like a rectangle where the towers can spawn. That's really the main thing. I'm kind of thinking you know, hold on. Like, I feel like, you know, we might need the ready function here. So let's see if we can use like a ready function, right? Hold on. So variable 0.1 is equal to, because we're gonna need to define these 2 points in the region here. So transform position, we're gonna copy these values. I don't want to pulling up those scenes, but it's gonna be a vector 2. I know, just copy paste it in. Here, let's. Here, so we already have this point. Okay, so it's gonna be 188, 261, and then variable 0.2 is gonna be equal to 689,504. So that's going to be another vector 2, 689,504. So we have our 2 points laid out now. Now what we need to do is make it so things can actually spawn in there. So we should take, I'm thinking we get the node here, let's try and do like another function, spawn in, spawn healing towers, right? So, so let's see. Spawn healing towers region 1. It's gonna be really hard. It's not gonna be hard to read inherently, it's just gonna be kind of annoying. You know, calling the functions, it'll definitely be clear. So get node. Well, we kind of need to have the thing imported right now. Here, we can kind of get rid of a couple of these points. Let's slowly get rid of these as we use them. So now, you know, so actually we need to keep in mind that 0.2 is also where, so we have region 1, we have region 2, and we have region 3. So the second point in each region will be the first one in the next. Okay. So we have healing tower. We need to make these bigger. Upscale everything. You know, the artwork, the collision boxes, anything we can upscale in the scene we need to. I feel like the scripting will actually be like fairly simple for a lot of this. Like, you know, getting the boss to attack might be maybe a little difficult, but, you know, I'll also have to think through, you know, how his attacks are gonna work. And after that I should be good to go. Alright. So we kind of have, yeah, okay, this is good. So here, let's just make it so like the tower is there for right now. Definitely not what we kind of need at the very moment, but it's fine. Okay, so spawn healing towers region 1. So we need to get node. We kind of need to get the healing tower. So we pull the node from the scene tree, the healing tower, and then random. Actually, it's Randy range from vector 2, 188, 261. Actually, wait. 188, 261. I don't think that's gonna work. Will it? It might. Here. Can we look it up in the documentation? I think no, it's not Control K. That's to toggle it as a common. Look up symbol. No, it's not gonna work. What does Randy range do? Hold up. I know it's like it's randomly selects things from a range, but can it work for vector 2s? Online doxx. Here, let me look at this real quick. Manual, math, random number generation, random. I was going to get a random number. Okay, random number. So where's Randy range? It's gotta be in here somewhere. Doesn't look like it is, but it should be. Like, here, Randy, let's just go through some of this. Randy range. Okay, from and to inclusive. If 2 is less than the from, there's swapped. Okay. So 0 or 1. Okay, so what we need is okay, this is doable. Okay, so we have 0.1 and 0.2, right? What needs to happen is there needs to be a point where these two can meet. So the 261 is the Y. Okay, here. Can we just like get those? Can we get those old nodes back? That'd be kind of helpful right now. Yeah, those like old nodes. Yeah, those would be kind of helpful right now. No? Okay, that's not the worst. Let's just get more nodes. Know what we needed? It would have probably worked, but whatever. Node 2D. We need another node 2D. So now, we're gonna take this one, with the 188 and that 261 position. So then we take the other one, and that one had a position of 689,504. Hill splat scripting, trying. It's definitely taking a little bit. 504, where's that other one? Oh, okay, it's here. So now these two have like nothing in common. So there needs to be a point where they meet up. This could be the Y actually. So that 689 would be along here. So 689, 261. Here, so we're gonna get that other 2D node. So it's gonna be a who's got Unity installed on my Linux laptop? That's great. So that's gonna be 261 689 689 261. Okay. So we kind of have the square now. Here, we're gonna rename these accordingly so I don't get too confused. Spawn region 1.1. Spawn region 1.4. Spawn region 2.3. These are the who's the idea man himself? Yeah. Also, thank you, Luke. I don't think it looks amazing, but you know, SR1 P1. That's gonna be the coding for the naming method for here. So SR1 P4 slash SR2 P3. Okay, that's not the worst, I guess. Here, so now we have this. We just need to do apply the same methodology. So 188 504. So this next node needs to be see 188. There we go. So okay, so SR1 P3 I think this naming method is alright. So 0.3, we need to grab this node, we need to name it SR1 P2. There we go. So we kind of just need to grab all the positions here and take them and do something with them. So, okay. We're kind of laying out the corners of each spawn region right now to figure out where are we going to put all of these things. So, we have our next thing over here. So this has a position of Y443. Now, this needs to be duplicated because it's going to be SR2 P1. So then this is the 443. So we just need to change this one to 443. You know, we're kind of outlining the corners so we know where to put everything when the time comes to you know, code and everything to randomly spawn in each tower. Let's see, we should probably, here, I'm gonna test run this real quick. This looks like it'll work. The camera, you know, it full screens, but that's fine. It's not a huge thing. Errors, okay. Unblock it, okay. I'm not using it yet. We're just gonna clear the debugger. Okay, can we? Okay, yeah, we can. So now here we're gonna lock the background. We're gonna lock the big boss man tower. We're gonna lock the healing tower. So the only things we can really touch are the nodes. These points. So now we have the Y504, but the X of 987. So now this is going to be a 504 on the Y. So SR2P1, this is going to be SR2P2. We already have that named. And SR2P4. I think this naming method is alright enough to where, you know, it'll work, right? Luke, is this a smart idea? I feel like it is. But at the same time, I really have no clue. It's really just to mark down the points. So, it could be like one of the worst systems on the planet, but, you know, it works. So, what happened? Okay, so SR2P3, so this has a X of 987, but it needs to have a Y268. So now this is going to have a spawn region 3 P1. On region 2 point, so 0.2 SR3 P3. Okay, and now this needs to be taken care of as a SR okay. SR3P1 SR3P2. This is 0.3, so this is gonna be SRP, so SR3P4, because P3 is down here. So now the X is that, but it needs to have a Y of 443. Alright, the spawn region corners are all mapped out. Just to double check my work, we're gonna go back through and look at everything. I'm pretty sure it's all correct. My only concern is 504, so those are in fact on sim wild, despite my eyes maybe deceiving me. Interesting. Alright. Now we just need to take the X and the Y, convert them to a vector 2, and spawn it in. The fact that all of this is like now mapped out and pretty much ready is incredible. This feels great. We're gonna script everything in, test it all out, and yeah, let's hope this works. I'm very like very excited. Okay, here, so spawn region 1 as a function, var.1, we already kind of have, we can pull the positions from here, so we can kind of get rid of these for now, I think. Spawn region 1, I think we kind of want to spawn everything. So, Randy range. So, this is going to be from 188 to 689. Alright. So then, after that, we're going to generate another Randy range. it's gonna be from 0.3, which has a y value of 504, up until 261. So then after that, we're going to here, spawn point 1 equals spawn point 2 equals. So what I'm thinking is, wait, spawn point 1 is not declared in the current scope. Oh, we need a variable. We need to define as a variable. Okay. Cool. So after that, we take spawn point 1 plus spawn point 2 equals vector 2 spawn point 1. This probably makes no sense. Yeah, no, this does not. This really doesn't make sense. Here, let's rework this real quick. I don't know why I thought this was it. Tower spawn point equals spawn point 1, spawn point 2, spawn point 2, tower spawn point, variable tower spawn point. Okay. So after that, we need to take a healing tower. So we need a get node. It'll be a healing tower dot position. Actually, no, it might just be a dot vector 2. Could that be it? Hold up. I don't believe so. Okay. Didn't really seem to work. Okay, here. We're gonna take this and just completely move it like off the screen. We're gonna leave it unlocked just in case that's somehow affecting anything. I don't believe it is, but whatever. Good luck, thank you, man. Thank you, Donut. Okay, get node healing tower dot vector 2. I don't think that's it really. So we kind of just need to get node healing tower slash, not slash, but dot. Let's see. So what we might need to do here to get this working. I think, like, you know, maybe it's dot position is spawn point 1 spawn point 2 maybe. I don't think so because it's not showing in the debug. Okay. How will we get this? Okay, here's the thing, right, dude? We have a good chunk of the game figured out once we get this working. Like, we really do have, you know, a good chunk of it done at that point. Like, so we get the node healing tower, and then we take the position. Okay, no, actually what we need to maybe do, get node healing tower, wait, node, okay, I don't know. Here, what if... How should we do this? Let's see. Make local, maybe? Could that help? Okay, I don't imagine so. Well, we do might want to make everything local. Actually, wait. No, we don't want to do that. Because if we do that, it won't let us... We'll have to manually edit it in here. We can't just edit it over in the other scene and get it fixed. Okay, I don't see how the get node is going to help us here, because we're not really doing anything with that line. So, like, we have our tower spawn point. So we just need to... Oh, wait, I have an idea. Healing tower, right? Dot position. I didn't think so. Is, you know, tower spawn point. That still doesn't work. Okay. So the healing tower. Let's just see what we can do with the dot after this. Let's see. Maybe a... Not get canvas. Not get world 2D. Not move to front. Show. See, it should already be showing. So the node's healing tower, position, dot position equals tower spawn point. Could that be it? No, didn't think so. Maybe it's not. Here, wait, let's try to do it under a ready function. Cause maybe it's just like a... Okay, hold on, we might actually be on the right track. So I remember the position there. Remember it there. It works, guys. Okay, so it works. The only problem is that it's in the ready function, but that can be solved, I believe. But the case in point, we got the random tower spawning working, at least in spawn region 1. Oh my goodness. Be right back, chat. Alright, chat. So we have the first part working. Here, let me just like absolutely double check this. Okay. It's kind of like shocked that this worked. I'm gonna be honest with you, chat. I am kind of shocked that this worked. But I'm very, very hyped. You know, this is definitely possible. You know, if you asked me, like, I don't know, 6-7 hours ago, if I thought I would be able to make a, you know, functional game, I would have told you no. Like, I would have legitimately told you, I don't think I'm going to be able to get something in. I think it's possible. You know, like, we have, you know, a bunch of stuff done. We have a good amount of the art done. We have, you know, part of the spawning working. Like, we're doing solid. Now, granted, this code is probably not the best, but it works. And that's really all I care about. Like, it's functional. I can understand it with ease. And hey, this is only like 4 lines of code for one tower. Like, you know, to get one of these to spawn, this isn't bad at all, you know? Like, alright, now what we gotta do, we just need to get everything else working. So, here, wait. So, spawn point 1, we're gonna try doing, here, so we're just gonna like generate spawn point 3 equals random range from, dude, I feel so cool now that I've done this. Let's go. Alright, here, so spawn point 3, which is 689504, to variable spawn point 4, which is equal to random range of, let's see, so it would be spawn region 2 point 2, which would be 987443. Alright, so now what needs to happen is it would be tower 1 spawn point. Let's just rename everything real quick to tower 1 spawn point. And then healing tower dot position should be equal to tower, wait, 1.2, so then variable tower 2 spawn point is equal to a vector 2 of spawn point 3 spawn point 4. Okay, so now we should have 2 randomly spawning towers. Is that doesn't seem like it's working. Hold up. Why is it spawning that down low? What? Wait. Why is it spawning that down low? It really shouldn't be. 689504 to 987443. Okay, wait a minute. So, actually, there should be a pretty simple fix for this. Here, we're gonna duplicate this a few times. We need to duplicate this a bunch. Duplicate. Okay, so healing tower 2. See if that works. That works! Wonderful! Absolutely lovely. I mean, okay, I don't know why it's spawning that close. But I don't think that's, you know, a big deal. I mean, like here, chat. Okay, that might be a little worrying. Here, wait. So, the Tower 2 spawn point is getting its vector 2 position from these two things. What I think... Oh, I know what's happening. Here, okay, I know exactly what's happening. This makes sense now. So here, we need to go to here. We need to take the X position of these two nodes. So 689 and 987. Here's 689. So then 504, 443. Okay, so 987. So then 443. 504. That should work now. Yeah. Yeah, wonderful. Okay. Yes, dude. Oh my gosh. Okay, we kind of have another problem. It appears that they're spawning in the trees, which I didn't think was possible, but that's not an issue, really. I mean, yeah, it's a little scuffed, but I mean, is it really a problem? Probably not. We could also just adjust the spawn regions a little. While they are on the same Y level, I'd rather not mess with it, but honestly, I mean, like, this works, you know? Like, this really does work well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get a couple more of these going. Actually, here, should I stream? Wait. Never mind, I don't think I will be streaming. There's a Civilization event I'm kind of considering playing in, but I don't think I will be, A, I don't know if I'll be playing it. B, I don't know. I definitely don't think I'll be streaming it. I might not even play in it because I'm working so hard on this. I think this kind of takes priority at the moment. I mean, you know, there's events I can play in all the time. This happens like once a year. I'd rather not miss this. I'm having a lot of fun with this. It feels good when, you know, I'm able to figure this out. So what I'm thinking is we divide this up a little. This is going to be, so, you know, we have the comment here that's basically going to be like, spawn, or generates the location of Tower 1. Next up, we have generates the location of Tower 2. That's crazy, bro. Tower 2? I never would have guessed. Yo, good job scripting, it's looking good. Thanks, man. You know, I'm honestly, like, surprised kind of how concise the scripting is. Like, it's a lot of the same thing. But I feel like, you know, with comments splitting it up a little, it's very readable. I think it's good. You know, and not to mention it functions great. Like, you know, the towers are randomly generating how I need them to. We're doing good. We're riding high. You know, we're gonna finish up putting in all the towers, you know, randomly spawning. I'll show it, you know, working a little bit, and then I think we will end off stream for tonight. I've gone live like 3 times today. Absolutely insane. I think that's probably excessive, but you know, it works. Here. Generates the location of tower 2, and then we're going to try and get right here, generates the location of tower 3. Actually, wait, tower 2 needs to be within the same range as this, so here, actually, we're gonna copy this, because, like, this is actually pretty important, but we need these to be in the same spawn region. We're obviously going to remove all the nodes, you know, depicting the corners pretty soon, but as of right now, not really a significant priority. Here, let's just test this again. Alright, they generate a little close together, but it's fine. I don't think that's a huge deal, you know? Next up we got that, so 3 and 4, spawn point 5 and spawn point 6. So now, you know, variable tower 3 spawn point is equal to a vector 2, which has the arguments as spawn point 5 spawn point 6. That works. Okay. This definitely... Okay, so we're gonna code in the rest. Actually, no, here, what we're gonna do first is get this comment out. So, tower 1 spawn point takes the coordinates of tower 1 location and spawns it there. So then obviously, you know, it just kind of does the same thing for towers 2 and 3, you know. It takes the coordinates and it's just gonna spawns it there. Because that's kind of how this works. Now, you know, obviously, you know, for tower 3, I think you can kind of guess what it does, you know. Alright, so now, actually, here, now, we should probably rephrase this better. It defines the location of the tower. That's more accurate to what it really does. It's, it sees bits that actually spawn it in, but it's everything else that kind of, you know, does all the heavy lifting, really. Okay, so generates the location of tower 4. I feel like 5 towers is decent. Now there is a mechanic that I want where the more robots you lose, the more towers that spawn. Whether or not we can add that in, I really don't know. We'll figure it out. So variable spawn point 7 equals random range. So now what basically needs to happen is, so spawn point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Okay, so now these kind of need to spawn in here. So what needs to happen now is there needs to be, so it takes the two, this takes the two x's and this takes the two y's. So this is gonna take 987 and 1565. So 987, 1565. And variable spawn point 8 is equal to random range. And those are going to be 443 and 268, I believe. Wait, 268 and 443? Alright. Alright, here. Now, you know, why is there apostrophes in these comments? English, I can English. I just look up, you're still working on this? Yep. You know, I obviously like ended, well, you know, I ended stream a couple times. You know, I went out with friends for a little bit, but we're back. Var tower 4 spawn point is equal to vector 2 of, oh, and wait, I forgot to mention quiet man. It's a whole different thing now. Pretty much like the original idea just wasn't really there. Like, you know, it wasn't good by absolutely any means. You know, there were flaws with it. It kind of sucks. You know, if I can make it better someday, I probably will, but not right now. I'm just not realizing I need to. So, tower 3. Healing tower 3 dot position. I guess I should go and work on Tasty Humans now because I only got 3 hours because it started at 7 for me. What's the idea now? So basically it's, think a tower defense in reverse. So like you control, you don't really control, but like you kind of choose where to put the enemies. So like here, so as an example, right, in these little spawn areas, they're kind of hard to see right now, but it's kind of, you know, it's easier to visualize once it's like, you know, actually running and stuff. But towers will spawn in these, you know, little rectangles. It's like 3 of them, but they randomly spawn, and you know, you kind of, you know, robots that kind of, you start out with like X amount of robots, and you know, they follow your little cursor, and you kind of, you know, click, and then they kind of start to aggro towards the nearest tower. When they destroy a tower, you know, they come back with parts. You know, the logic being, when you have your parts, you know, your, you know, when you have your little, you know, parts from the tower, you make more robots. So, you know, every time you take down a tower, you get more robots. And the coding for this is actually like shockingly simple, at least to spawn in, you know, the first 2 towers. Tower 3 spawn point. And we can also have the next bit done. Healing tower 4 dot position equals tower 4 spawn point. So now when we run it, we have several different towers in several different areas. Here, let me kind of show an example. So it needs to be the debug. So this is kind of what we have, you know, they clip into the trees, but it's not the biggest deal. You know, you got the, you know, the things, you know. This is pretty solid. So yeah. You know, we have generating towers randomly for the most part. It's almost entirely done. Once it is done, we're just gonna end stream. I'm gonna go to bed, wake up tomorrow morning, and we'll rinse and repeat. Because the grind never really ends in this. You know, it's definitely gonna be a long while until it's done, but, you know, I'm confident I can get everything finished up. After this, all that's left to code is the robots, having enough parts to make said robots, making sure you can drop the robots correctly. Makes sense. I guess I have no idea how to make animations for Godot. Sprite sheets are gonna have to snap from position to position. I'll just add some skins. If you do here, so if you can get a sprite, I'd recommend you use that. If you can't get Libre Sprite, it's like a free version of a sprite. Or you can use like some other pixel art software. It's pretty likely that they just give you the option to export as a sprite sheet. And then, like, here, I'll even give you an example, right? So you add the child node, you animated sprite 2D, animation, here, new sprite frames, click it again if you really have to. And you have different animations, you can make different, you know, versions, like idle. And you just go into here, assets. It's like, you know, you can add your robot, like, you know, this is a robot. But it lets you export as a sprite sheet in a lot of pixel art software. I don't know what one you're using, if you're using one. I imagine you are. But it's a very quick and rough idea of how to do it. So it defines the location of the tower. Tower, we can't actually make that variable yet because we don't even have the thing. What's the sprite sheet file format? In a lot of instances, I think you can just export it as a PNG, which is good. It'll let you resize, however, without losing quality. The idea is just, you know, you import the sprite sheet, and it should give you like a thing to make little squares. I'm using the best pixel art program for mobile. Oh, I forgot you're on mobile. Oh god. Yeah, that's a little tough. I really don't know then. Like, my best guess is if it lets you export as a sprite sheet, you know, like a PNG, then do that. If not, I really don't know. See, yeah, that's rough. Oh god. Yeah, I know, dude, that sucks. Oh my god. That is pain. So let's see, it takes the X and then the Y. So X on top, Y on bottom, which doesn't make much sense when you think about it for a minute, but alright. So the last spawn region is... Wait, I already have a tower spawning in the spawn region, hold up. In the same region, it is tower 4. Why am I doing this? Alright, here, 987, 1565. And then variable spawn point 10. Alright, bye. Wish me luck. I shall require it. Oh yeah, bro. Good luck, my guy. Have a good day trying to do that. I wish you luck with your attempts. If you can make a game, I would love to play it. Like, when it's done, you know, like, send it in chat. I really do not care. Like, I want to play that, because especially if it, like, turns out to be really, really good. Like, I imagine, you know, you're pretty good at game development in some capacity. Like, obviously, you know, there's limits if you're on phone, but like, especially if it turns out to be pretty solid, at that point, you know, like, a game at all that's made on phone is pretty decent. Like, even if it's not, you know, the next, like, game of the year, you at least made something on phone, which isn't easy. I don't even know what I'm saying at this point, but Tower 5 spawn point. Alright. Yeah, some of them are definitely, like, spawning on top of each other, which is kind of a problem. But I don't know. Mobile games moment. Yeah, they're not... I don't think mobile games inherently are the best, but if you can, like, use Godot's mobile editor and just make something on mobile, I kind of got respect for you. That's not the easiest thing ever. Okay, so we kind of have... Here, like, I will screen share, what am I even saying? I'm not on, like, a call. Okay, dude. This is kind of what we got, you know, if we close it down and relaunch it again, you can see it works, and it works all right. It's definitely not perfect, but little polishing things like that we iron out, you know, either later tomorrow night or at some point before then. However, chat, we do in fact have our towers randomly generating. You know, it took some work, took some figuring out of, you know, all of the nodes and things, but it's definitely... It was fun, you know, it was definitely a nice change of pace. I liked that I was able to at least get the scripting done for one of the mechanics pretty quickly. It was kind of like a fun puzzle, you know, figuring out how to do everything. I'm just not realizing my Godot is not showing. Hold up. Okay, world.scene, why is it not showing? OBS, okay. So, yeah. This scripting wasn't as much as, you know, a pain, but more so I consider it to be a fun puzzle of, you know, how do you make everything spawn in? You know, this part was kind of annoying to figure out, but, you know, when we did figure it out, it was smooth sailing from there. However, chat, I'm tired. We made good progress, given that I only started this a matter of hours ago. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed, get some sleep, wake up tomorrow, work on this some more. I think we can get this done, even if we did have a pretty late start towards our final product. Goodbye, chat. It has been fun. If you are making a game, I wish you luck.